So the Rambam in the Hakdama to Perek Chelik in Sanhedrin, he sets out there the 13 principles of faith, the Yud Gimel Ikrim. The 12th one the Rambam lists over there is Bias Mashiach. Bias Mashiach is one of the Ikrim in Yiddishkeit. So what does it mean that it's Ikr in Yiddishkeit? So this is before you even come to the fact whether Mashiach or not is an Ikr in Yiddishkeit, the fact that there's Ikrim in Yiddishkeit is already a very controversial thing. How is there Ikr and Tafel in Yiddishkeit? What's the main thing? Every prat of Yiddishkeit is important. So that's one discussion for itself. How could he say that there's an Ikr in Yiddishkeit? Why are some things Ikr and Tafel? And the second thing is, even if you take for granted, so let's say there are Ikr in Yiddishkeit, there are certain things that if you want to tell someone what is the emunah of Yiddishkeit, someone wants to convert to Yiddishkeit, he wants to be a Yid, you want to tell him what are the main emunahs you have to be a Yid, so you tell him these emunahs. But then the second shayla is, why is Bias HaMashiach one of them? Why should Bias Mashiach be one of the Ikrim in Yiddishkeit? Someone doesn't know about it. Bias Mashiach, he's felt in his emunah. What's going on? These are questions that the Shainim and a lot of the Farshim are bothered with. And so before we get into answering them, let's read the Rambam in the Pirush HaMishnayos. If the more papers here if anyone needs. In the first Maramokim, the Rambam's in the Pirush HaMishnayos says, Yemais HaMashiach. The 12th Iker is Yemais HaMashiach. What is the Iker? V'hu lahamin, to believe, ula amis, it should be real to you. Sheyavi, that Mashiach will come. V'lo yachshev sheyisacher. You should not think that he'll be delayed. V'yimisma me'an, if he does get delayed, chakalei, you should hope for that he's still going to come now. V'lo yasim le'zman, and you should not set dates for when he's going to come. V'lo yasa le'svaris b'mikreis, you shouldn't try to learn out from psukim lahitzi zman biyasi. You shouldn't try to learn out from the psukim when he's going to come. V'hachachamim aimnim tipach ruchan shal machashvei kitzin. That the ruach, that the people who try to calculate the dates when Mashiach is going to come, not good things should happen to them. What should he do? And he says another prat, you should believe, and you have to believe, and think he's going to have a greatness, a kavod, and a glory, greater than all the other kings that ever were before. As all the prophets prophesied about him. Someone who's not sure about how great Mashiach is, or he's not that great, he thinks that it's not that important, or he won't be that great. And kafar b'Torah, he's a kafir in the Torah, sheyoid by b'Torah b'feiros, because the Eibusher gave the Torah tells us clearly about it. The Feirush and Parshas Bilam and Parshas Atam Nesavim. Umiklal Yisaid Zeh, and another client including this Yisaid is She'ein Melech L'Yisrael El Mi Beis David. That the Melech can only be from Beis David. May the Melech Mashiach can only be from Beis David. V'chol ha'chelik al ha'mishpacha zeis kafar b'shem Hashem Yisbarich u'b'divrei neviyav. Anyone who's kafir in the name in this klal, he's kafir in the Eibusher, in his Nevi'im. So this is the cloud that Rambam says, and this is the Iker. So there's a sefer called Beis Elikim, written by he also wrote the Shais Shivas Mabit. I forgot his exact name. He wrote the Kriya Sefer on the Rambam. He was a chaver the Beis Yosef. He was one of the people that got smicha together with the Beis Yosef. There's a whole when they tried to renew the smicha from Maribei Rab. So he's one of the Gedolei HaPoskim. So he wrote a sefer Beis Elikim where he discusses inyanim of Aveda in Emunah. So he discusses also the Yud Gimel Ikrim. So there he's masbrit. He explains a lot of shtiklach from the Ikr of Bias Mashiach. He explains a lot of nice diukim. So in the second Maramuk, in the first paragraph, he's masbrit Takia. Why can't you set dates for Mashiach is going to come? What's the issue? Why can't you? So this, what's the issue with sending dates when Mashiach comes? So let's read in the first paragraph. He writes, so he says, "Here's all of harav zal lahamin that you have to believe ula amis should be real to you. Sheyavi v'lo yachshev sheyisacher. You shouldn't think he's going to be delayed. V'yimisma me'ach hakalei. You should wait for him. K'mayim ha'navi al vashalim. So he says sharp words. He says, you have to believe he's going to come now. He says, someone doesn't believe he's coming now, chances are he doesn't think he's coming later either. He says, because something which the time was never set for it, it could come at any time, whether it's far or soon. But someone doesn't think he's coming anytime soon, you won't think he's going to come later either. And if he does set a time that he's going to come at this date, since he set a time for it, so his emunah will be weakened if it doesn't come at that time. And if he sets a date, he won't believe that Moshiach is going to come earlier. And if that time when he thought that he's supposed to come, he didn't come, so he's not going to think he's coming at any other time either. So he says you have to, that's pshat. The Rambam tells you have to believe. You have to wait for him every day. You can't set dates for him and think he's going to come at a certain time. And he says in the next paragraph, he says very powerful words. He says, usually you think, we're waiting, it's been a long time we're waiting for Moshiach to come. Well, we say he's coming every day, a day comes by, and so many days have passed and he hasn't come yet. So you would think Teva B'nei Adam is that more time passes on, you would think you start losing faith. So he says, Pshat is punk fakert. He says, if you really believe Moshiach is coming, so the world is only going to be here for a certain amount of time. So the more time that passes, it's not a reason to start losing faith. It's not a reason to start losing emunah. Adarabah. That's the reason why the emunah should get stronger. Another day passed. That means we're another day to when Mashiach is going to come. He says it's punk fakert, and he says that's pshat in the pasuk. He says if he's delayed, you should still hope for him. Pashas, you understand? You should still, even though he's delayed, you should still hope for him. He says no. Pshat in the pasuk is and if he's delayed and he's taking longer, adarabah. Now's when you have to start hoping for him. The more days pass, the closer it is. The emunah only needs to get stronger the more time that passes. So he's Geshmak Eisius. In the second paragraph, he writes, you should not think that he'll be delayed. There is no set time for him. He could come any day. He will come today if you listen. And even though was delayed a lot, your emunah and your hope should get stronger. Because whenever he's coming, it's definitely sooner from the date that it wasn't before. If he's delayed, you should yearn for him. The fact that he's being delayed and more days are passing, that's more of a reason for your emunah to get stronger. Another day passes, it's only getting closer, it's not getting further. So Pashtas, I think that's how everyone reads it. It's still chakalei. He's saying no, it's fakert. Now chakalei. Chakalei more. The more time passes, it's more of a reason to start having more emunah. It's only getting closer, it's not getting further. And he will come late acher. Meaning, keep his man be also lay acher. The time when he's supposed to come, it's not going to be any later. That time when he's supposed to come, he will come. And he won't come late from the time that he's supposed to come. That he will come. So that's another powerful shtickle. The next diuk yes from the Rambam, he says, notice the Rambam says that part of the emunah, of the ikar bias Mashiach, is to believe that Mashiach will be greater than all the other melachim. Why is that so important to believe that he's going to be greater than all the other melachim? So he brings up a very interesting shayla. In the times of Moshe Rabbeinu, in the times of David HaMelech, do they still have this ikar? Were they still waiting for bias Mashiach? What was going on at the time? They had the Beis HaMikdash, everything was fine. Were they still waiting for bias Mashiach, or was everything okay? Is this ikar in Yiddishkeit of the Yud Gimel ikar to wait for Mashiach? Is that only in time of Galus or also then? He says no. He says that's why the Ram tells you have to know he's going to be greater than David. He's going to be greater than all other melachim. He says because this ikar is the ikar in Yiddishkeit. It's from Mizman Matan Torah until now. All the Yidden they were waiting for Mashiach, even in the times of David HaMelech. The third paragraph he writes. He says U'kameisha ha'ikrim harishonim heim la'olam Mizman esinas ha'Torah. Just like the ikrim is always from the time the Torah is given, this was the ikr in Torah. Kain ikr zehu kameisam. So too this one. Just like the first one, so to this one, Ozeh Kasav Harav Zal Vishayamin Sheyila Yisrin Umayla V'Kavod Al Kol HaMelachim. You have to believe that he's going to be greater than all the other kings. Shahim Elam. Ki Ha'amuna Zoi He Afilu She'en Lahem Yisrael Shibud Malchus. Even though we're not in Galus. Even Yesh Lahem Schar B'Amuna Zun. Still we have a schar from this Amuna. V'Yeh Kiyam V'Chizuk L'Teira Seinu HaKadesha V'Yiskayim Ikar Zem Mikam Upon. And maybe we have a schar for believing in this ikar. So he says that ikar, the believing in Bias Moshiach, is not only in the times of Galus, even when the other are not in Galus. What's interesting, there's a sikha, a ha'ara in Teis Menachem in Memches, and there's a ha'ara, the Rebbe's talking, says that Rambam says that Misha in Mechak L'Biyasa, he's also a kafir. Someone who's a kafir also, someone doesn't yearn for Mashiach. So the Rebbe asks, why isn't this yearning? So this yearning for Mashiach, why is it counted as one of the mitzvahs tmidiyos? There are certain list of mitzvahs that you have to believe in every day. That are constant mitzvahs. Avos Hashem, Yiras Hashem. Why isn't this one of them to yearn for Mashiach? So the Rebbe says, since it's not because it's not one of the Taryag mitzvahs, because it's not constant. So it says Mizman when Mashiach comes, and the Rebbe says also Mizman David, they didn't have this chiyuv. Of the schif of Chakelei. So I'm not sure if the Rebbe is saying whatever so I don't know. I'm not sure if the Rebbe is disagreeing. I'm not sure. The Rebbe is talking about chikui, the yearning, whereas he's talking about the emunah. I'm not sure if it's two different things or if it's one thing. But that's an interesting thing. So definitely. So the Mabit says even the times that even when the Yidden are in Gul, even when the Yidden are not in Gul, still we have this emunah. And so this is all pshat and what's the ikr. So now let's get into the shaylos. So the shaylos we brought up before is how can you make ikrs in Yiddishkeit? Someone wrote a letter to the Chasam Sefer. He says, how do you the Yosef Albi in the Sefer Ikrim? He argues with the Rambam. He says there's only 3 ikrim, not 13. So someone asks him, how do you paskin? Someone asks the Chasam Sefer, you hold like the Yosef Albi or the Rambam? So he says, B'chal, he doesn't get this whole thing of the ikrim. He says everything in Torah is important. How are you going to make ikr in Tafel? In the 3rd Maramakim, he writes the Chasam Sefer. Chelik Beisim Shinun Vav says Yekrasi Giani, your precious letter, reach me Inyan Havikuach in Yesh Yud Gimel Ikrim by Gimel. Are there 13 or 3? Karaves of Alboy. So he says Le'adaiti Shum Nafkusa. He says I don't know what the nafkamin is. If there's 3 ikrim or 13 ikrim. Ki'im Kriya Shem Bavad. It's just a name. Or Dasa Mikubalim Ein Kan Ikr. According to the Mikubalim, there's no Ikr. Ki Kol Kaitzim Shal Teira Heim Ikrim. Every pintle in the Teira is an Ikr. Ma Bein Zelazeh. What's the difference? Says, and even if you're going to tell me that we have a Kabbalah that there are 13 ikrim, he says he disagrees. He doesn't believe that you could say Bias Mashiach is ikr in the Torah. He says he disagrees with the Rambam. You can't say such a thing. But how could he say what is Bias Mashiach? His schar. What? Let's say if we don't have Bias Mashiach, we're not going to get a reward for all our Torah mitzvahs. Is Yiddishkeit going to change? Are we going to stop keeping Torah mitzvahs if we're not getting a schar? How could he say it's the ikr in Yiddishkeit? A lot of them, the first, all bothered with the Shaila. How could he say that Bias Mashiach getting a reward for our Torah mitzvahs is an ikr? He continues. He goes on. Let's read weiter in the 2nd paragraph, number 3. It says, "Ach efshali b'shum oifen lahamin sheyegula seinu echem mikari hadas." Says, I can't believe it's impossible to believe in any way that our geula going out of Golda should be an ikr in Yiddishkeit. And if not for this, the whole Yiddishkeit is going to fall away if we don't have any of geula. And if to say Chas v'Shalom our Averis would cause us that we should be kicked out of Yerushalayim forever, out of Eretz Yisrael forever, because the Svirle Rabbi Akiva B'Aseres HaShvatim, like Rabbi Akiva Taka says about the 10 Shvatim, Shei Nidchim Lo'elam, they're Nidche forever. Because they're not going to get taken out of Galus, are they able to not keep Torah mitzvahs anymore? Are they even allowed to change on even an Isser D'Rabbanan? So no, Chas v'Shalom doesn't say such a thing. He says, we're not serving the Eivesher to eat fruits and to in Eretz Yisrael and to have a good time. We want to do the Ratzon of the Eibishter. Elikai Chafatzi. Elikai Chafatzi. Right. Yeah. Al kapanim, anyway, either way, Avdi Hashem Anafnu, we're serving the Eibishter. Yasi Imanu Karitzayne, Vechefsei, the Eibishter can do whatever he wants with us. Ve'in ze Iker v'lo Yisei, Libneis Olav Shum Binyan. So you can't say that Bias Mashiach is that the Yidden are going to get, or we're going to be redeemed from our source is Iker and Yiddishkeit.
That seems to be very, 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 very hateful. Everything the Rebbe said about Mashiach, about it seems to be mind-boggling. Everything we're saying, whoever this is.
Yeah, the Chasam Sefer.
It makes sense. If we think that there's not going to be any end, and there's no Mashiach, and there's no Schar and Einish, how can a person hold on?
So if you note, if you notice, you'll notice that all the people who are questioning the Rambam, how can you say Bias Mashiach is one of the Ikrim in the Torah? They're all coming with this anacha. The question is, what is Mashiach all about? All the people who are questioning it, they're understanding that Bias Mashiach is the reward for our Torah and mitzvahs. It's the schar. We had a hard time. We had a hard time in Golus. The Eibusher is finally going to reward us, and we're going to have an end to our tzaddus, and everything's going to be okay, and finally everything's going to be good. So if that's what Mashiach is all about, they have very good questions.
It says in the Torah, in the Chumash, open the Chumash.
He's not saying it's not true. He's not saying it's not true. He's not saying it's not true. Look in the third paragraph. He ends off. Look in the last thing, the third paragraph. Look what he writes. The Chasam Sefer says, even though it's not a Yesod, kivan she'ikar Yesod hakol lahamim b'Torah u'b'Neviim, since the ikar in Yiddishkeit is to believe in the Torah and the Neviim. Yisham Nemar, in the Neviim it says Gulas Seinu. Taka says the Eibush is going to take us out of Gulas Hachrena, the Parshas Netzavim, or Parshas Hazinu, Kamesh Kosav Ramban Sham. The Nevi'im also talk about it. He says, "Im kein misha mefakbek al hagula halos hari kaifer beikra hamonas ha'teirav Nevi'im." Says it's taka. Someone who doesn't believe that there's going to be a gula, he's taka kaifer in the Torah. The Torah says klar, but not that. But he says it's not an ikr in Yiddishkeit. You're going to tell me this is the fundamentals of Yiddishkeit. You tell me what is Yiddishkeit about? What does he say? The Yiddishkeit is Bias Mashiach. He says that's taka. Someone doesn't believe in it, he's a kaifer. But this is the Yesod. This is the alphas of Yiddishkeit.
He's a kaifer.
What?
Obviously, it must be a Yesod.
You're asking what's a... You're saying the shayla you're getting to is what's the nafka if it's an ikr or not. Either way, if you don't believe in it, you're a kafir. Saying the shayla is what if someone doesn't believe in it by mistake? He didn't know. He had a misunderstanding. He understood from Torah by mistake.
And say this mitzvah doesn't apply to it's not ikr in Torah. You can skip tefillin. Say how much more so something like the moon and Bias Mashiach.
So it's
an ikr gadol b'yayim.
So I was bringing up before. So all these people question, how can you say it's the ikr in Yiddishkeit? They're coming with this hanocha that what is Bias Mashiach all about? It's the schar. It's the end to our tzaddus. It's the reward for our Torah and mitzvahs. So Mela, who says why is schar and einish ikr in Yiddishkeit? Even the Sefer Ikrim, we'll see in the fourth Maramakim, who agrees that schar and einish is one of the ikrim in Torah. But he still disagrees. Why is Bias Mashiach one of the ikrim? Why does schar and einish have to be in this world? Let the schar be in Gan Eden. Fine, Taka. The Eibusher says in Torah we're going to have a gula, we're going to have schar in this world. In the time of Bias Mashiach, we're going to have Tchias Amesim. But why is that ikr in Yiddishkeit? The Eibusher can give the schar however he wants. So they're all still coming with the shayla that what's the Yesod of Yiddishkeit? What is Bias Mashiach? It's not just it's the schar. Right here in the fourth Maramakim, so look how the Sefer Ikrim writes. He says, "Aval mikol makim ein hamanas Bias Mashiach ikr shetibata al Torah bichlolo im lo yamineu adam." It's Bias Mashiach is not an ikr in Torah that you're going to say the whole Torah becomes nisbatal if someone doesn't believe in it. Ki hamanas haschar michuyeves al kol bal Torah lekis. He says, "Taka, believing in schar and einish is mechuyev. That's one of the ikrim in Torah according to the Sefer Ikrim. V'hakayfer by kayfer beikr. He's not a kayfer in the Torah. V'ulam, however, misha yamin shaschar hula neshamis b'vadu v'elam haba. Someone believes that the schar is only in the elam neshamis and elam haba. Oy gashmi l'tchias amesim, or whether it's going to be in this world and by tchias amesim. Afim lo yamin b'schar ha'elam hazeh inenu kayfer beikr. Whether he believes in this world or by Tchias Mesim, or if he doesn't believe in this world, he's not a kafir in Tchias Mesim. Achashu ma'amin ikar schar v'einish b'chal. Since he believes in schar and einish, he's not a kafir. V'afal pi sheyachlik be'echad mimini schar. Even though he argues, he says, no, the schar is not going to be like this; it's going to be like that. Still, he's still not a kafir. Teda, what's the raya? Yesh mi Rabbi Seinu Zal, there's a shit on the Gemara that in Kiddushin that Amru schar mitzvah b'hayom aleika. There's not a shit that says we don't have schar mitzvah in this world. So he says he can't. So therefore, why is the Rambam saying that Bias Mashiach, the schar that with the schar we're gonna have a Bias Mashiach is ikar and Torah? He says he can't say such a thing. So before we'll jump ahead to the 8th Maramokim, so the Beis Elikim, he taka explains why Bias Mashiach is ikar and Torah. So first he brings Rayas. He says a lot of mitzvahs are totally in it, and a lot of different inyanim. But in number 8, in the 8th Maramokim, he says he fell just short of what Chassidus says. He says that the tachlis why the Eibishter created the world is that everyone should see the greatness of the Eibishter. He says Bias Mashiach is not just about the schar, the reward for our hard work and our tzaras. Bias Mashiach is the shleimus why the Eibishter created the world. The Eibishter created the world with a certain intention. That intention, the Eibishter created the world, has not been completed until Mashiach comes. And that's why Bias Mashiach is Ikar and Torah. Not because our schar, not because we're going to get rewarded. So this is, he said, this is kind of so.
That's the ultimate schar.
Yeah, but it's not about us. It's not about our schar. But this, he says, what is the tachlis? What is the tachlis of Bria Sa'il, the Eibishter created? So he says the tachlis was that the Eibishter wanted that everyone should see the Eibishter's greatness. Everyone should know the Eibishter's greatness. So this is a step. So Chassidus, there's a few times in why the Eibishter created the world. It's because he's Chafetz Chesed, because he's a nice guy, he wants to do good things, or because he wanted that everyone should know his greatness. Chassidus goes weiter and says that no, Nisava Kadesh Baruch Hu. The Eibishter, there's no reason for it. The Eibishter had a taiva to have a dira b'tachtonim, that the Likus should be begili in this world. So he didn't go. So he didn't chapter the Nekuda Chassidus says. He didn't have to Nekuda Chassidus says, but he said, but it's a madrega lower. Tachlis of Bria creating the world was that everyone should know the Eibishter's greatness, and the Mela, that shleimus is going to be when Mashiach comes. This is in the 8th Maramokim. Let's read inside. It says Lazeh Nemar Ki Haraya Halakucha Min Haseichel. He says what's the raya min haseichel to say that Bias Mashiach is the ikar and Torah v'hasvara. He says, Ki adua, ki hakeli yisbarich bara sa'ilam lahari, says, kveid godly. The Eibishter created the world in order that everyone should know his greatness. V'yadei hachazaka, his strong hand. B'fnei kol breyav, in front of all the creations. Ulamin hayim asher bara likim adam al ha'aretz, from the day the Eibishter created man in this world, le'niya kedavar ha'gadol hazeh. Nothing has ever happened on this level, like it will be when Mashiach comes. V'lei nishma kamayu, we never heard of such a thing. Ki masher shamu kol ha'umeis Gdula Sakelis Barich B'Yetzias Mitzrayim. This that the Goyim heard about the greatness of the Eibishter by Yetzias Mitzrayim. So the whole world already knew about the Eibishter's greatness, and also by Matan Torah. It says Loi Haya El Lefisha. That was only for a while. Afterwards, everyone forgot about it. Umipnei Shmu Azu Loi Rafu Yedei Milavi the Havida Zazaris. They didn't stop serving Havida Zazaris because of Yetzias Mitzrayim and Matan Torah. They still kept on doing it. So you see, the Eibishter's greatness in the world wasn't fully nisgala yet. Asher Huglu Behen Mikaydam, the Aveda Zarah they used to do before and didn't stop. And V'lachein, he says, Loi Nishlama Adayin Kavanas Bria Sa'ilam Achi Skarvu Kulam El Dasa Emes. The shleimus of the world has not been accomplished until all the Goyim come to Yiddishkeit, come to the Eibishter. El Dasa Emes Kamesh Amar Akasav Ki As Epechel Amin Safa Vrura Ulav Deishchem Echad. They will all come. They will serve the same Eibishter. So this is the Kudah. This is how we find for the Shayla that the Chassan Sefer, the Sefer Ikim, they're all asking why is Bias Mashiach Ikar and Torah? Who cares if we get a reward? I'm saying if we don't have Bias Mashiach, we're not going to get a reward for our Torah mitzvahs. Yiddishkeit is going to fall apart. Or if our reward is going to be in Gan Eden instead of down here in this world, and Mashiach comes, Yiddishkeit is going to fall apart. So it's a good question. But the whole question is on the aside that Bias Mashiach is all about the schar for our Torah mitzvahs. It's all about our reward. The Beis Elikim is saying no. It's a whole different picture. It's not all about our reward. Bias Mashiach is about the shleimus of the world. Since the whole shleimus of the world is by Bias Mashiach, that's why it's the Ikar and Yiddishkeit. Someone wants to know what Yiddishkeit is about. The whole tachlis why the Eibishter created the world is for Yemais Mashiach. Everyone should know that there should be Gili Likus. Everyone should know the Eibishter's greatness, and there should be a Dira B'Tachleinim. And so the other than the Kudus, I'll just say outside. We skipped from 5 to 7. One of the tainas is Sefer Ikar. He brings a raya from the Gemara that you can't say that Bias Mashiach is Ikar and Torah. Why? The Gemara in Sanhedrin brings the opinion of Rabbi Hillel. Rabbi Hillel says, Ein lahen Mashiach li Yisrael. there is no Mashiach to the Yidden. Chizkiyahu was Melech HaMashiach. He came, and the Yidden already had all the everything, had all the Nisim and everything already happened in times of Chizkiyahu, and now Ein Lahem Mashiach L'Yisrael. So even though the Gemara argues with him, they bring a raya from Sukkot that there is Mashiach L'Yisrael. He says, but how could the Rambam come and say that someone doesn't believe in Mashiach is a kafir? And it was one of the Ikim Yiddishkeit. You see, Rabbi Hillel believed in it, and if he was a kafir, why are they calling him Rebbe? And why are they even bringing down his opinion? They should have called him Afikoros. So this is one of the tiniest he has. This is one of the rayas. The shayla is how do you find for this raya? So some version that he gathered on Motak understands Kipshutai, that it means he didn't believe there is Mashiach. However, Rashi over there teaches differently. Ein lahem Mashiach, meaning there is no Melech Mashiach. He didn't believe there's going to be a Melech Mashiach. Chizkiyahu was the Melech Mashiach that the Nevuos talk about. He already came, and now the final Gula we're waiting for is going to be from the Eibusher Alein. It's not going to be with the Melech Mashiach. So Taka Halacha is not like him, and the Chasam Sefer Taka says since we don't pass like him, someone doesn't believe in Melech Mashiach, he's Taka Kaifer, because Achri Rabim Lahatis. He says, but this is one way of our inferring. How come Rabbi Hill wasn't a kafir? So according to Rashi teaches that it's not Kipshutai, he didn't believe Mashiach. That Mashiach was going to come. He didn't believe there was going to be a Melech. Other biurim which are brought down that the Sefer Ikrim brings down someone wanted for infer that he was only trying to say there's no hechrach in the Torah that there's a bias Mashiach. He taka believed in Mashiach, but just there wasn't any hechrach from the Pesukim. Other ways of inferring the Shus Mashiach, he gives he brings the other biurim that it's either one pshat that he brings from Shemtev Sprut. Rav Shemtev Sprut says so that he said that what's pshat in the Mashiach Yisrael that it's only going to come in our schus. The schus avos is already ended in the times of Chizkiyahu. The schus avos ended, and schus avos ended, and now it's only up to us. So the Gemara Taka argues with this also. Yeah, the halacha is not like Rabbi Hillel. So that's one beer. What's pshat? Another pshat he be his own pshat. The way he teaches, he says fakeret. He says that no, our schusim ended. Because all the schus of the nisim that happens times of Chizkiyahu, all our schusim already ended, and maybe Mashiach is only going to come with schus avos. He says that's pshat in lahem Mashiach Yisrael. Mashiach is not going to come with our own schusim; it's going to come with Mashiach with schus avos. And also in this halacha is not like Rabbi Hillel. But this is all trying to explain what's the hava mina. How could you have a today on the Gemara which says that in lahem Mashiach Yisrael, and he's still calling him Rebbe? So these are the different views. But the Peil Taka Bias Mashiach says it's Iker and Torah, it's Iker and Yiddishkeit. It's the shleimus why the Eibusher created the world. And the Meir V'Yameinu should be soon. Yeah.